Good morning, assalamu alaikum, hola, wherever you are. I greet you in the name of positive vibes. I think that I'm gonna really start just sharing a lot of my personal stories and experiences and opinions and views. I was watching a video titled Grown Woman versus a Grown Girl, just like you have grown man versus a grown boy. I'm on a break because yesterday I was doing squats to some music in a video. And I was trying to just get the video right before I posted. I forgot the name of the song, but it was only like a 15-minute clip. I had to do that video like 10 times before I finally posted it. So I was doing, in the video, I was doing squats. I don't know how many sets of squats I did. I know I did like 4 squats per set. But when I finished and finally posted the video, oh my God, my leg, my thighs, whew, they were wobbling like I'm really, really, really sore. So I guess I worked those muscles. People always like, why you exercise? Because you slim. But I'm not physically fit. I weigh like 128. To run from one corner to the next, I'm out of breath. That's not how I want to be. You understand? So I am just on doing this quarantine, taking this time to do the things that I should be doing. But anyway, I just want to go back to the video that I was watching. So, yeah, the video was talking about grown girl versus a grown woman, the characteristics of both. And I was really, really listening to the video because I watch a lot of videos that's on relationships, the characteristic of a grown man versus a grown boy, characteristics of grown women versus grown girls. I just watch a lot of videos, and a lot of the videos that I listen to I actually can relate to because those things I have experienced in reality. But when he was saying like the grown girl don't have no standards, for number one, she'll date a man that she want to get with a man just because he's tall, he look good, he may got good hair, he may have a muscular body, but he really don't have nothing to offer her, and she don't care about that. She just want to be able to post pictures with this man that looks good, but got a criminal history, don't have no job, may have few baby mamas. A lot of things may be going on with him, but she doesn't care because she's not thinking about those things at the time. And I had to take a good look at myself because I fit in that category 15 years ago when I met my second husband. When I first met him, I was coming out my building. I lived in the projects. Already had 3 children by my first husband. I was divorced. I had just was healing from depression. So I was coming into the building and he was going out. And we bumped into each other and I looked up. I was like, oh, he's nice looking. And I didn't think nothing else of it. I wasn't gonna try to approach him or anything like that because I don't approach no damn man. Men supposed to chase women. So I was like, oh, he look good. So I went upstairs and I had shared that with my daughter. Like he's really, really nice looking. So he saw me again and he would be like, what's up, neighbor? And stuff like that. So one day me and my daughter, who was 16 at the time, I think. My oldest daughter, she was 16 at the time, and we was coming in the building, and he was in the hallway. I think he was smoking weed, and he looked out the door, out the window, and he saw me coming, so he hurried up and ran downstairs to open the door for me and my daughter. And he was like, "Well, I'm a good guy." I was like, "Yeah, that's what they all say." I was like, "You know where I live at." So, couple days later, cause I met him in May, like the end of May of that year. A couple of days later, which was his mom's birthday, I'll never forget it. He came and knocked on my door like 11 o'clock at night. I was in the bed. So I came out the hallway and we was talking. He was trying to kiss on me and fill up me. And I was just like, kept like saying, no, what you doing? and he was intoxicated. So we was talking a little. He was saying that he gotta go see his parole officer in the morning, and I was like, well, I gotta get up and go to work. Um, I took his number. He gave me his number, so I called him the next day at work, and we started chit chatting from there. We lived in the same building, and every time he would see me, he would say hi, and then we finally wound up hooking up. Now the thing, okay, about him was okay. When I hooked up with him, I wasn't trying to get pregnant. I ain't thinking about no damn marriage. I don't know what the hell I was doing, but I know that I didn't want to have another child because, first of all, I was already 37 years old, and I had 3 kids by my first husband, and I never wanted to have multiple fathers. You understand what I'm saying? But when I got pregnant, I decided, I'm going to keep this child. I'm not going to abort it, and that I'm going to take care of this child, whether this man is in my life or not. And actually, that's actually exactly what happened. But he has some good things about him, like he cooked, he clean. If I needed him to take one of my children to, like he took my daughter, my oldest daughter, he went with her to the dentist. Cause I was like saying she gotta go to the dentist, but I can't go. And he's like, well, I'll go with her, especially was a man dentist, so he didn't feel safe with that. So I really appreciated that. So when I got pregnant, he wasn't working, but he would clean the house. He would come up there, clean the house. He would cook and things of that nature. But he did not have a job. And at the time, I really didn't let that bother me. And I think because I've always been this type of woman, I'm going to be able to financially take care of my children with or without a man. So him not having a job is a big deal. But back then, I was not even focused on it. I wasn't even focused on anything at that time. I was just like, okay, I'm seeing him. I got pregnant by him. I'm going to do what I got to do. I worked all the way up until I gave birth. He got locked up when I was 8 months pregnant. Now that right there was grown girl mentality, because I hooked up with a man that had nothing to offer me. He treated me fairly decent. I mean, like he was abusing me in any kind of way. He helped out the best way he can. But he went to jail, came home, and nothing changed about him. He wound up cheating, as y'all know I talked about on my YouTube channel. Got the side chick pregnant, let the side chick disrespect me, things of that nature, which is, she's a grown girl. But now, those are lessons learned, and I look at myself like, I would never have accepted that when I was younger. Like, I would never accept dating a man who doesn't have a job. I don't, like, I guess coming out of that marriage, my first marriage, and then going through depression, I just wasn't mentally mature, emotionally mature, and I wasn't spiritually grounded and I'm not saying he's a bad person, but to be 37 years old, living in the projects, and at that time I was making $12 an hour. Because my rent was $500. I was able to pay my rent. You don't pay no light and gas in the projects. I wasn't eligible for food stamps. And I took care of 3 kids. With no child support because their father ended up doing time because of domestic violence incidents against me. Now, he did not beat me up throughout our marriage. He just has some issues that he brought into the marriage that kind of escalated. And if he would have just got help, because his issues stem from childhood. He didn't beat the shit out of me. He didn't abuse me physically throughout our marriage. It just was happened to an incident happened which landed him in jail because I wanted to leave him because I had started becoming afraid of him because of his moods. I never knew what to expect. So that's why when I wanted to leave him, he couldn't accept that. And all that goes back to his childhood. But as far as him, he worked from 17. No, I got pregnant at 18, 19. He worked from the time I had my first child by him all the way to he went to jail for the domestic violence incident he committed against me. So he paid his bills. He made sure his wife and children have. It was just, he was dealing with some trauma from his father that he never got help for. And he just kind of viewed women different because his father cheated and disrespected his mother. So when I decided to leave him, I think he thought I was leaving him for another man. But I wasn't. I was leaving him because I cannot be with a man that I'm afraid of. Don't know what to expect with your moves. So when I met him, I was mature. Like, he was nice looking. He worked. He was smart. So he had everything to offer me as my husband, except for he has some deep-rooted trauma issues that he never healed from. The second husband, well, I was a grown-ass girl because he was somebody I shouldn't have never got involved with. And on top of that, when I met him, I felt he was a cheater. Like, he would tell you, I thought he was a cheater, but that didn't stop me from being involved with him. So that, my mentality was being a grown-ass girl, because if I loved myself and knew my worth, why would I continue to be with a man that I think is going to cheat on me? So the video just really sheds some light on a lot of things. Now, I'm not going to be with no man that don't got no job. I'm not going to be with a man that will mistreat me and abuse me. I'm not going to let no man live with me that don't work. Are you crazy? I don't want to be with no man that don't take care of his children. I don't want to be with a man who got multiple baby mothers. Hell to the no. So can I say I'm a grown-ass woman today? Yes, I can. I'm not looking for love because I love myself. I know my worth. I have standards. And I will never date a man just because he look good. There's much more to a man than his damn looks. Can he help you? What is he bringing to the table? Is he looking for help? How many baby mothers do he have? Why he got multiple baby mothers? 2 I could see, but 3, 4, and 5, hell to the no. Who he live with? Do he love his damn self? That's the most important thing that I've learned. Do that man love himself? Because if he love himself, he's going to take care of himself. And if he take care of himself, then he can be the right man for you. What type of woman watch reality TV shows, listen to nothing but hood rat music, lustful music, having babies by married men, having babies by a man that doesn't work? Oh, because he look good, I'm going to get with him. And then I'm going to get with him and expect him to take care of me. Chick, he ain't got a job. He don't have a job. He don't even have a pot to piss out. And you want to get with him? And you want to have his baby? And you want to fight over him? And I'm going to tell you what is so funny. And I am so glad that I have matured and healed, because sometimes I just want to write the side chick. How is it going? You have my husband, baby. You're still living in the projects. He doesn't work. He's not financially stable. He can't even support his children financially. He's been trying to get back with me off and on throughout the last freaking 7, 8 years. Oh, how you feel, sister? How do you feel? Grown girl mentality. And if I did not love myself, I got his number on his phone. I could text him right now and say, I want to get with you. And guess what? He'll be open to it. He called me or texted me. I told you he was texting me and I had to tell him we would never get back together. He I was in the shower one day. He was like, what you doing? I said, I'm just taking a shower. He said, I want to take one with you. I said, oh, you got to earn that. He asked me, how can he earn it? Now, if I was still a grown girl, I would be entertaining that. If I didn't love myself, I would entertain that. If I didn't know my worth, I would entertain that and go back to him because we are still legally married. No. The only thing he can do for me is try to be a dad, a father, even though our daughter will be 16 July 5th. There's not much he can do. But text, call her, and maybe take her out. But he don't have money to do that. Some men will grow up by learning lessons, and other men won't. But what's so sad is that I met him in 2003. It is 2020. He hasn't made any progress. There has been no growth. And that right there is a sad part when no adult is willing to look at themselves and say it's time for me to grow up. That's sad. And I'm going to always reference, when I talk about relationships, I'm going to always reference what I've been through. Because women need to know, when you don't love yourself, you become desperate. When you don't love yourself, you are looking for a man to love you. When you don't love yourself, you don't recognize the game that a grown-ass boy is playing on you. A man will tell a woman anything and everything that he knows she wants to hear. He knows, even a grown-ass boy knows that that woman he trying to bag or who want him don't love herself. He knows it. So he's going to go all right along with the script that she's creating because we create the scripts. They pick up on low self-esteem woman. Anytime a woman can cheat on his wife with you, try to get his wife back, sleep with his wife, and you know this is what he's doing, but the wife don't want him, and you take him back not once, but twice. And I could have slept with him in January 2020 when he came out here. Or when he started hitting me up, talking about he want to sleep with me. I could have did that. And she probably would have texted me or instant. When I text me, she probably would have sent them a message on Facebook, showing me some date. What are you doing? This man got you pregnant. Did not divorce his wife. Been trying to get back with his wife. Not paying your rent. And you still want to be with him? Grown ass girl mentality. I'm going to always talk about that. And I'm not talking about it because I'm hurting. I'm sharing my stories. Like, my first marriage does not compare nothing to the second marriage. That second marriage is a sham. That second marriage should never have happened. But I allowed it to happen because I wasn't loving myself. That's why it's nothing much I can say about my first marriage that he pulled out. Only thing I can say is he pulled out a knife on me because I wanted to leave him. And he couldn't take it. Which is wrong. But the difference between the first husband and the second husband is the first husband got himself together. This man has 2 jobs. He's a part of his children's life. He didn't come home and make another baby. He didn't even come home and get freaking married. He came home and worked on him. He went from a grown-ass boy to a grown-ass man. So I respect him. I respect, because we all make bad choices. That's how we learn. That's how we're supposed to learn. So whenever I talk, it's not to put down my first husband or the side chick. I'm just sharing the mentality of the individuals involved. I was once a grown-ass girl when I chose to lay down with him and marry him and continue to try to do right by him when he came home from jail. And the man screwed me over. Then 4 years later, he come back into my life, and I was going to give him a chance thinking that, okay, 4 years have passed, he grew. No, he never grew. He never got better. So, and that's sad. That's sad. And to brag about sleeping with a man that's no good for you, to tell the world that, yeah, I'm sleeping with somebody's husband, I'm pregnant by somebody's husband, and you proud of yourself, grown-ass girl mentality. And then I could sit here and laugh because me and my daughter don't live in the projects. We live in a house. I don't get child support. I don't have to worry about him running in and out, worrying about who he getting pregnant, who he's sticking his penis in. I don't have to worry about none of that. And I would never ever get with a man based on his looks. He has to have more than looks. Mentally, emotionally, financially, stable. Just because a man have a penis does not make him a grown-ass man. Just because a woman has a vagina does not make her a grown-ass woman. Just because a woman gives birth does not make her a good mother. And just because a man helps create a child does not make him a good dad. Characteristics in action. Peace and blessings. I gotta go.